I can finally remember how gaming was as a whole experience. There wasn't many microtransactions, and games at that point in time came fully loaded with content. When looking at this current day COD, it's obvious that the developers want you to purchase more than you unlock. Something that had me tethered down to the Call of Duty franchise was the simplistic prestige and leveling system. There were a set amount of prestiges. You knew when somebody was prestige because they had the logo. With Call of Duty having multiple seasons now, it just doesn't feel rewarding when you unlock new levels. In my opinion, I just believe that there's so much going on that isn't really necessary. I believe that's what people hate the most about Call of Duty these days. For example, when you load up Call of Duty nowadays, the menu is so buggy. Whenever I want to select something new real quick, it seems like it lags behind. And I thought it was just my PC, but this seems to be the problem on everybody's system. I don't have the best PC, but it shouldn't lag at the menu the way it does. That makes me think about Ubisoft. Look at what they did with Assassin's Creed Mirage. They boasted that they made the world more simplistic and story driven, just like in the older games. And I believe this same type of attitude should be taken towards the Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty used to be campaign, spec ops, and multiplayer. Now we have campaign, spec ops, DMZ, multiplayer, Warzone, and its various modes. In my opinion, Warzone is doing just fine despite the gameplay changes, and they also did okay with the campaign. But something that rubs me the wrong way is the DMZ mode. This mode was made for people that are like extraction shooters. I get that. And yes, that may not be my favorite genre, but when I go into DMZ, it seems like the world is dead, and the missions they give us to complete don't feel rewarding to do at all. In my opinion, I believe Call of Duty Zombies has more replayability, and if you look at it objectively, there isn't really much to do compared to what there is to do in DMZ. But yet, Call of Duty Zombies feels way more rewarding and fun to play, despite not even being able to go against other players. And yes, you may say, okay, well, one bad mode doesn't make the whole game bad. No, it doesn't, but I know for a fact that DMZ took many resources away from multiplayer, and probably even Warzone. They took these resources away so they can release a half-assed extraction shooter. I'm not knocking the people that like DMZ. There's different strokes for different folks, but in my opinion, there needs to be more action in that mode. When it comes to the multiplayer side, I really like the gameplay, but something that makes me so sad is the fact that the new maps that they release on any modern day Call of Duty most likely will be bad. And that's just the facts. I lost hope about 2 Call of Duties ago. I went into Modern Warfare 2 thinking there's going to be hope, but there just simply wasn't. They just brought back the old maps that they know that works. All the new maps that they've added have just been literal trash, and there's just no way around it. Just don't look forward to good maps in Modern Warfare 3 because they have a terrible track record of making maps. The philosophy that Infinity Ward has around building all the maps for these Modern Warfare games revolve around the type of gameplay for these games. That being said, if the gameplay doesn't change, the map development style isn't going to change because the maps will always be made to accommodate the gameplay. But who knows, I may not know what I'm talking about. We just got to see when it releases.